good morning, wherever you are in the world. This is the Keynote Curators Live. Welcome, everybody. As usual, feel free to chime in with your questions, with your comments, anything that you want to contribute or are curious about. As you well know, because you've been tuning in, we provide keynote curators and music to all of our clients for nearly 20 years. If you're new to joining in, the Keynote Curators is the provider of keynote speakers and music acts for your events, your programs, your conferences. So welcome to those who are on their way back, and welcome to those who are first time listener and first time joining in. Today, I want to talk about booking music acts. It's exciting, it's thrilling, it's a buzz when you bring in a big music act, whether it's for an opening session or for an evening party or the festivities to conclude the event. The music can be something that brings everybody together. I think the musicians always say one of the highest compliments is dancing. Um, Often you'll get some wallflowers that are out on the sides that are having a drink or talking with friends and family or networking or connecting, which is really part of the reason why you want to get everybody together. But also there are those that are out on the dance floor and singing along and really expressing their joy and their happiness and their celebration of being together. But there's a lot that goes into booking a band and bringing a music act in. First of all, you have to find, and I think that this is probably the most important piece, you have to find the right act. And how do you do that? Well, you have to have a sense of who's in attendance. What is their generation? What are they listening to? There might be multiple generations. So then you need to have a type of act that has a broader appeal. Also, do you want to have dance music, more ambient music? Do you want to have people out on the floor singing along with them? Or do you just want to have it be part of a bigger area where there's all sorts of activities? There's face painting for the kids, there's cocktails, there's a bar. There might even be, I've seen all sorts of things like tarot card readings and picture booths and jugglers and all sorts of almost like a circus type of atmosphere where there's a variety and the variety of stuff to do and the music is just part of it. So you have to really dial in. You really have to think about and make an effort to see what is available that's going to have the broadest appeal to the attendees. Again, repeating myself, do you have family involved? Is it appropriate for families and young kids as well? Also, your budget comes into play. That's going to help you narrow the scope of what you can do. So once you've really decided, do you want dance music? Do you want classics? Do you want something from the 80s, from the 90s, from the 70s? Do you just want, a singer-songwriter with a guitar, or do you want a 5-piece band? So once you figure that out, and then you have your budget, you'll be able to really take a look at a list of options. But each of those brings with it their unique requirements. Some bands are a 5-piece band, but do they have 2 or 3 technicians? Do they have their stagehand? Do they have their soundboard person and then their overall manager? Well, now you're looking at 8 people. So there's the fee for the performance, but then there's the back line or the rider, and then the travel. So it's plus plus. So it can become a little bit intimidating. That's why you want to work with the keynote curators, because we can simplify it and bring it all together. So if you have the band that you like and you've dialed into, who they are and you're about to make the offer, you want to make sure that you're clear about how many people are in the party, not just the musicians themselves, but who's traveling, how many rooms do you need, how many meals, and then A very important piece of it is the rehearsal time, because this isn't a speaker rehearsing, which is very important, doing a sound check and checking their slides if they have any, or video or pictures. This is making sure the sound is right and the lighting is right and that everything has been loaded in. So you have the load in, which is very important, and you can work out the equipment with the rider or the back line, which each band will give you a list of what equipment's required. Some travel with their guitars, some need other types of boards and drums and different types of keyboards and stuff that they don't travel with. So that needs to be arranged beforehand, which is what we do. We help you walk through that process. And then the load in. Are you in a big area? Are you in a convention center? You have to organize how to get that loaded in. Is that stage being shared with keynoters in the morning? Well, how do you accommodate that? Do you have a curtain? Do you have it on a dolly where you can move it off to the side and then put it back where it was during the load in? And then the rehearsal. You want to have ample time for the rehearsal. You want to make sure that the music sounds like it's supposed to sound. So that will be organized prior to them coming in and working on a set list. Set lists are the songs that you choose that they'll play. What I always say is this, especially if you're looking to bring people in to dance, which again is the highest compliment. If the set list is predetermined, but the room or the party or the celebration is yielding a situation where there could be deviation from the organized, set list to continue with the dancing, then I would give the artist the free rein to do that, with the understanding that you always want to break in one or two songs, or at least one song if they've been going for 4 or 5 songs dancing, just to give a little bit of a break, and then have the idea of coming back to the dancing. Also, if it's a known name or a known act, there are a VIP or a photo opportunity. You have to schedule all of that in. So coming back and recapping the idea, the excitement and the joy around bringing music in, to breathing life into an event, whether it's an opening or a closing celebration, knowing what your budget range is that you're working with, and then what type of taste or style is going to be most attractive to the broadest range of your attendees. Then working through the details of the sound check, the load in, the set list, the VIP photo op. You're going to have a home run, classic opportunity to really celebrate with music. So again, for those that have been joining us all along every Wednesday around the noon hour East time, thank you for continuing to come back. For those that are new, we welcome you and we're happy to have you, and please continue to come back. This is where you can find us. And if you want to go ahead and reach us via email or direct message, you can do that on our social channels, on our website, thekeynotecurators.com. And a reminder, whatever your needs are, we can find them for you. We're not being Pollyanna, but we really pride ourselves on the challenging, perfect fits, the ones that you think can happen. We're there to make it happen for you. So I appreciate you being here. Thank you for joining us, and we'll look out to have you back next week.